DYU, of course. This is a 16-inch commuter. It has a full throttle system. It has a nice bell on the front of it, which my kids love to ring that bell. It also has a mini LED display right up on top that's going to show you how fast you're going. This is where you're going to control your different speeds and things of that nature. And it also has the air disc brakes built right onto it. One of the best features about this thing is the ease of use and the ability to be able to fold it up and unfold it. And speaking of unfolding, when you get this thing in right out of the box, it is folded up in the box. There is no assembly required other than putting on the pedals. That's right, that's all you gotta do. Well, actually the handlebar just locks in place, but for the most part, it's already assembled. I would say like 90 to 95% already put together. Slap the pedals on, click the handlebar in place, and you are good to go. It has a mid-mounting shock absorbing system. So that's one of the other things I really liked about it. When you are riding this bike, like literally it bounces. It takes all the shocks in the roads and little holes and little like dips and little rocks and things like that. It bounces. It's a really nice shock absorbing system. And this thing is even safe to ride at night. It has a built-in LED light on the front headlamp, and you actually have light on the back, which makes it really, really safe to ride in the dark. So max height on this bike is about 5 feet to 6.5 feet. Max weight is about 265 pounds. The max range is about 37 miles, and you're gonna get about 300 cycles on this battery charge. Max speed is probably about 15.5 miles per hour, about 25 kilometers per hour. This cannot be altered. This is set per their standards and per the regulations of wherever you live. So this is all their standards. Nothing can be changed. The max speed, once again, 15.5 miles per hour, depending on if you're going uphill or downhill, because sometimes when coming downhill, you'll get a lot faster. I was able to get this up to about 38 kilometers per hour. It's measured in kilometers, so 40 kilometers per hour coming downhill, but that is going to be the fastest you are going to get outside of the regular assist pedal and the throttle pedal. So now that we talked about majority of the specs, because there's a lot of different nuances to this actual e-bike. Oh, and it does come with your keys, so keep that in mind. I have not even taken the keys off because the battery does not have to come out in order to charge this model. Basically, you just plug it up on the side and you're good to go. Charges on its own. So that's another part that I really love about this bike, is that you don't have to worry about taking a battery off and on and off and on, because I do have one like that and it gets a little irritating at times that I now have to take this battery off and on and off and on just to charge it up. But the fact that I can plug this directly into the wall, have it charge up and have it ready to go when we get ready to ride, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now that we've talked about all the little specs and little nuances about this actual e-bike, let's take it for a quick ride and let's see how it handles. All right, so we're outdoors and we are going to be testing the stability and the smoothness of ride, and actually the speed on the DYU C2. So come with me as we take this ride. Now this device has 3 different levels of speed, and it typically takes about 10 to 15 seconds to kick in on the pedal assist when you're pedaling. But we're just gonna ride up and down the street and we're gonna test out the ability for it to be smooth, stable, and fast while we ride. So I actually have it on the highest level. Pretty stable ride though. It has an added suspension system and like really small fat tires on it, so it's kind of low to the ground. It has a really nice center of gravity, but it gives you a really nice ride, and I see no issue with this whole setup. The brakes are really responsive, and I'm just gonna hold them. You can probably hear them, and that is one of the disadvantages to the disc braking system, that it is kind of loud at times, but for the most part it does a really good job at stopping you. So just keep in mind, you may hear some noise, and I'm not sure if it's just my specific model of brake, but I do hear some noise while braking. It's a little scrubbing, a little squeaking, but it does do a good job at stopping. 3 separate levels, and what we're gonna do is just turn this around, and you'll get a chance to see without the blinking, but there are 3 dots up top. And if you can actually toggle the speed levels. So 1, 2, 3 takes them away, and 1, 2, 3 adds them back. Once again, it does have pedal assist, but your pedal assist is only going to kick in probably at about 10 to 15 second mark of you using this. So when you don't want to just use your throttle, pedal assist kicks in at about 10 to 15 seconds. Up until that point, you're kind of on your own, and there's no gear level for these pedals. So just keep that in mind. Typically, I would have my helmet on. We always ride with a helmet, but I'm just riding like from my house to the end of the street. I'm being extra careful though, so we're gonna ride. Here we go. So we're looking at a very smooth ride. Once again, it is a kind of a short bike, and you probably can't see it because it's focusing on my face. Also, pedal assist works at its best when you're going uphill. So I'm going uphill right now. Pedal assist kicks in automatically. Like as soon as you start pedaling and you're going uphill, it kicks in. So that's one of the best features about it. On flatland, not so much, but going up a hill, it kicks in.